and to correct mistakes that we are having inside the team. We build upon that, and then we dominate the competition.
All right. My name is JT Johnson. I go by as Mark Zylark. I'm the support player for the UNG Esports Night team. And I bring some fuel for the team. I'm there to keep you alive, making sure we're getting out of fights, getting into fights without anyone getting out and killed. And so this tournament's important to me because it's my first LAN. It's the first time I'm actually playing in person in front of a crowd. And bringing a game that I've been playing for 4 or 5 years of my life to light for everyone else to see.
My name is Doug Revere. I'm the mid laner for our Smite team. I bring a secondary carry role to our team, and it's important to me because I like to use it as an entrance to high-res.
Smite team, and I think what I bring to the team is just a lot of new ideas, I guess, because I haven't played this game as much as some of the other members on our team, so I think I'm like a pair of fresh eyes, and I'm also learning a lot more with these other teammates that have played this team a lot more, so I think that's what I bring. So, yeah.
My name is Tyler Baker. I play ADC for the University of North Georgia Smite team. I bring a good team environment and a lot of skillful analysis on how we play. And this tournament is really important to us for getting our esports program off its feet.
Hey, I'm Christian, Full Ages. I'm the jungler for the University of North Georgia's esports Smite team. And I forgot what the third question was.
What do you bring?
What do I bring to the team? I bring jungle pressure and overall coolness. Yeah. I'm doing this to help bring more light to our esports organization here in North Georgia.
Taking damage and often having to use their summoner spells, and in this case, Jerky actually died to the match.
Mid lane to the third lane. Mount Break is available. So we'll see if Context site starts up. If you have wave rolls in the market.
And what I find interesting is that
feeling good, about to win.
Why is everything so scuffed? Oh, don't look at it. I have terrible handwriting. That's why I'm wearing the same. It literally, yeah. Your G isn't even connected. No! Sprint racing the bar. We're like standing in order from shortest to tallest. Look, because they don't even pick me up on the Discord. I think you need to stop testing before it'll go back out. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not even showing me on there. Do you have push the clock set? I don't have anything set. Oh, look at that. Yep.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Panther Land. We're about to move into some Smite action. My name is Finch. I'm joined here by Mark, and I'm happy to have you with me here as well. You excited for this matchup, man?
I'm very excited. We saw great show already, and we're going to see the Smite Finals for Pantherland 2019. And to take us through that, we're going to look at the bracket to see how we got here.
That's right, yeah.
Teams that are made it to this matchup. And as we see here, the winner's bracket, we had Georgia State make it all the way through, and then we had North Georgia knocked out the first round by Georgia State, and they've grinded their way through the loser's bracket in order to make it back for this grudge match of a final.
That's interesting, then. So we're going to be looking at the rematch in this final. Georgia State sounds like already came out at least one time, out a little bit ahead. But can UNG, that's North Georgia, obviously, come out on top this time? And really, this is a big matchup. They're on that new patch that just came out, right? So not only is this a big matchup for these players who are playing on the stage, but they've got a lot to adjust to just in terms of what's different with some of these items as well, and make sure that they're ready to play.
Yes, and with the new patch, you have things that are new, but what's not new is Horn Hero, a player to watch for North Georgia. Doug Riviere, a great mid laner, always there when his team needs him, great kill participation, balances his cautiousness and aggressiveness. Nothing to scoff at for a mid laner, great traits to have.
Center, participate in study, do it all.
do it.
advantages that you
Yeah.
gain on campus are going to do more than just going to do.
No,
They become important parts to do that.
Why did you play Baptiste? Why no Baptiste?
Well, I'm a pretty competitive person, and I like playing video games and I've always wanted to join tournaments.
And the mid lane in particular is so important. That's the one that's always, it feels like, underneath the most pressure, and that's why we're also focusing over on Rice for GSU, another player that I know that you've been wanting to highlight, and you got to make sure that you keep your eyes on.
All right, Rice Anthony Liu, jungler for GSU, great showing, is one that is no stranger to strangeness itself. He's able to pull out the weirdest god picks, whether or not he wants to do Guan Yu jungle, Chang'e jungle, Xing Chen jungle. Sadly, not this patch because Xing Chen disabled right now.
That's right.
But what he brings to the table is versatility with both auto attack based hunters, ability based hunters, wherever the team needs him. Not, I hate to use the term plug and play, but is plug and play at a high level.
Right now, Jordan playing
Hemorrhage.
That's right. Dual lane can be one of those lanes where once you start losing pressure, it can be so hard to get it back. So nothing wrong, I think, with playing it a little bit safer. As you did highlight that Runeforge. In fact, we should stick with the dual lane. I think the Serket has some ideas for a gank, and she absolutely does. Avant Gage falls. That's first blood on the side of North Georgia. They're already on the board, and they want more. They get the second kill as well, as Kedris is able to get his second kill.
You got purple?
Or in particular, North Georgia have got to start giving up more of their jungle when they're getting that pressured out, because you're going to lose your jungle either way. We've seen that. Now you don't want to also be losing your lives, and that time you could be spending farming on the map as well. So they've got to start playing a little bit more defensively. If they keep forcing the issues, they're multiplying the lead for GSU and making things even harder on themselves. Now it's only 3 members left to try and defend, and I might have spoke too soon. Zylark is low and just barely making it back to the grave. Fola just falls as well, and I think that might just be the game with Zoogod getting their 4th kill. It's only Kedris left.
Yeah, we did see on the end of that engagement, Rice on the Achilles was able to get the right side Phoenix. They've pushed minions in. These are Oni minions as well, because they got the Oni Fury earlier. We don't see the Xe come out, but we do see that the Mage is blessing, and the Spear of the Magus is making quick work of this Titan. And GSU is able to end match 1 against University of North Georgia. A sound victory. Almost under 20 minutes, but not quite.
Essentially, right? A very, very impressive performance from GSU. And a lot of it, I'm saying, has to come down to this Achilles and this King Arthur. It is a little bit too much to let the King Arthur through. He's able to have a very comfortable game. But it's not just him. That Achilles with that aggressive early build, no defense at all. My man was pure damage. That is, when you're letting him getting away with that, that's just too much.
We've got a caster swap. It's Culture, joined by Aurora. Aurora, that first game, it was not as close as we would expect from a grudge match, and we were talking before we got on, and you said that you felt that it was a lot of the mid and jungle and how they might need to swap off the Scylla.
Yeah, I feel like UMG's mid jungle, like the Serket had some good plays early on, but the Scylla kind of didn't get influenced by the pace of the game. Like Scylla is much better like later on in the game. And the game was really fast. I think it ended around like 19, 20 minutes. So Scylla never really got a chance to get going. Serket had some pretty good early plays, but if we see something maybe like a Raijin or like a Zhang, I feel like it'd be a lot better for UMG. I love this coming out from UMG. They just didn't give up after game 1, and it's good to see that. Like they have the characters to definitely come back in this late game. They have the Daji, they have the Ganesh, and they also have Chalk's slow field. So they have a lot of control in these late game team fights. So I could definitely see them winning, but I could also see them getting completely blown up by Georgia State's team composition. They have Janice's ultimate, and they also have Stinger from AMC, and those 2 abilities alone can really put out a lot of damage. Take somebody out almost instantly.
Achilles was still in right.
He's in mid. Okay. They're backing in right.
Zogod, and they're trying to find the kill. Tycho Drums is there. Can it clean up the kill? No, it will not. So now this Raijin is caught between a rock and a Kumbhakarna. Gets popped up, popped back down, able to escape, but right into the waiting arms of Zogod, and he picks up another kill. 7-0-2 on this Giannis, and things just keep going good, then to bad, then to worse for UNG.
As well, and kind of jump on them before they go on them. I think it'll be really good for UMG's side. But if they don't ever get that engage off, it's going to be really rough for them to get back at Georgia State and come back into this game. Looks like a fight's going to break out here. This might be the last fight of the game here.
Yeah, the knockup from Kumbhakarna into the big baby. Ganesh did drop the ultimate to buy some time, but Zogod is there and says, you're all out of it. I'm the time god, and I say your time is up. And now another shutdown goes through. Foliage is finding Zogod in the front. AMC is in trouble here too, taking a lot of damage, but still able to find a kill. That life steal is just too much. He was able to literally stand in the face of a ton of dodge damage and not care. Now they're going to be on the Titan, and this is going to be game. Georgia State will be your Pantherland Smite champions. Mark was telling us before the game that they were talking a little bit of smack between both teams. So Georgia State now get that bragging right. We're going to look at some highlights and replays and try and see where things went wrong for UNG and what was right for Georgia State. Actually, no, we're going to be looking at their all replays. This is the first QBT of the game.
So no, this is when the AMC and Kuba mistimed their ultimates, and then Zogod and Rice came to the back of the Genesis ultimate to take them out and really give good team support here. So it just shows how much communication is going on to Georgia State. I feel like that's what carried the set, which is really strong. And like right here too, one comes out and it's like a definitely Zogod was coming back to finish him off, so there's good communication coming out there.
It just shows the market team has been playing together for a while. This Georgia State team has been together for a very, very long time. And that's it. Just those rotations that UNG were not able to answer themselves got punished for, especially in the dual lane. It wasn't the jungler this time that came punished, but it was the mid. With a little bit of jungle help on top of it. And this is I believe this was one of the final Phoenix pushes that we saw where this fight was, and it was just great engagement from UNG, but at this point it was almost futile. It wasn't the last one, this was the second to last one, I believe.
Yeah, this is when they took out Avant to kind of solve the game. I think Georgia State could have tried to end it here, but they didn't want to because they didn't have the money. Here's the last fill that we've seen play.
Kind of spilled everywhere. We just need to go back and rewind the ball.
Scholarship for having won today.
Everyone or just that team?
Yeah,
wait, hold on a second here.
So yeah, your Smite champion team for season 4, Georgia State University.
I had first 5 minutes.
I was on lock.
Game 2 was a little rough because they didn't get first blood.
Capitalized off it really well, both games, and that's just gonna be something that you have to go. We gotta go back and review and just look at where.
Like game 2, they got the first blood, and after that, it was nothing on duo.
Yeah, they focused out Doug every game, and so we gotta get you on stuff that's like a lot more safer. That
I wouldn't say they really.
No matter what.
He lost early games in both games. I wouldn't really say they got focused out. He definitely lost the early game to Poseidon.
I looked at both games and game player damage. I think
their support matched me.
I was like 100 behind their ADC in the first game, and I think
yeah, you guys
notice like I'm always way behind in player damage.
Although to be fair with you, it's a
support match me, which means I'm actually like
you guys didn't rotate out of your lane for the first 15 minutes.
But that was it. Like that was the only thing I was seeing on the field.
I don't think there's support.
You should have went Blink probably. Like
second relic or first?
Yeah,
because you went Thorns.
You were dodgy, right?
Yeah.
You really, because you guys were fine. I still feel like even though you fell behind because you had a really good team fight comp.
Yeah.
But you would dodgy, you would jump in as dodgy and then get their beads with your ult, and then nobody would do anything.
Yeah,
because you have Ganesh and
I
Chalk.
And the AMC also rushed the upgraded beads.
The problem is like Chalk's good, but like without Blink, you really can't get onto a Janus, I feel like.
One thing I was thinking the
well.
entire game was, what if we didn't ban Pele?
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking that,
After the nerf, I haven't played her in like a week. So that's why I wasn't comfortable playing it. I felt like dodging was better.
The thing that I was really like, wow, this is amazing. Like I've seen a lot of ranked games, but I've been playing up in whatever. Yeah. But like Pele backline died with a little bit of defense at the end of her build.
Yeah. I think it was because we played this team before. We played them at the beginning of the tournament, the very first game, and they beat us. And we played Pele into the reason why we Ganesh banned first game and we picked it second game is because the Ganesh is the reason why we lost the game.
Yeah,
both
their
games.
support is
I'm not
really
even
good
kidding.
at Ganesh.
Their support's super good at Ganesh, and that ruined the game for
The
us.
support strung out our entire team. Like he was trying to get it on his Pele, but he couldn't get through. And then we had a mixture of solo and carry in support in the front, and then our mid or some carry in the jungler in the back.
There were really bad jungle fights during those games, which is why I think we lost the first game. And the second game, it was all momentum. We just let it slip out.
Yeah.
But this.
So UNG Smite team ended up placing second place today. I don't think we had too bad of a performance. We just made a few mistakes, and Georgia State was able to capitalize on it pretty well. I think as far as our next steps, what do you feel like we can improve on?
We've been improving all season on draft, and I feel like that's something that's getting better. Maybe small things here and there about prioritizing of what we don't want to play against rather than what we want to play. That's definitely something we're focusing on more. And then also communication for the rotations. We're getting it most of the time, but they are catching us out every now and again, especially in bad spots if we're soloed out. And so they're winning those team fights, and that's something we're definitely going to work on.
So I think a big next step for the team right now is to look at boot camping over the summer. We're going to look at a lot of practice and take every opportunity we can to practice with other teams here in the state of Georgia.